What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Big Fight Fuel channel, where we speak the truth, we be honest, and we give our takes on AEW. Man, it's felt like a year since we've done a review, all three of us together. We didn't do this until last year. We didn't have a review together until last year in 2021. Now look back a year later, here we are again. Even though I'm just kidding, it's 2 weeks, but 2 weeks was a long time. We're officially back with the AEW reviews here on the Big Fight Field channel. Um, Myself, Wesley Williams, and Cameron Johnson. Tonight was the debut episode of AEW on TBS, with what I thought was a loaded card tonight and a pretty good show. Not perfect by any means. It was a pretty good show, but I thought they could have done a lot better on tonight's show. But my man Cam, it's good to see you back on the channel, man. How are you doing tonight?
I am doing good, man. It's good to see you, Joseph. It's good to see you, Wesley, man. I thought Dynamite tonight. I thought Dynamite tonight was a pretty good. I thought Dynamite tonight was a pretty good show. There's some things on the. There's some things. There's some things tonight that made me go. That made me go. I don't know about that. But overall, I thought Dynamite was a pretty good show. Prayers and thoughts are with Ray Phoenix. We are going to talk about this in the main event for sure. But I hope Ray Phoenix is okay, man. I hope Ray Phoenix is okay. His arm. If his arm is not broke, I will be absolutely shocked. It looked like a broken arm to me. So I hope Ray Phoenix is okay. I hope Ray Phoenix is okay. And also, shout out to Tay Conchi, the Bunny. Shout out to Tay Conchi, Anna J, the Bunny, and Penelope Ford. Because even though we didn't do a Rampage review last week, I wanted to get those four women credit. They went in there and they beat the absolute piss out of each other. Put on an absolute great match, man. So shout out to them, man. But I am doing good. Let's get into Dynamite.
You might get a little upset with me at this one, right? I have not seen the match yet. I have to catch up on a lot of AEW stuff, man. I have not seen the Cody Rhodes Sammy Guevara match with Cody. I know Cody won the title, but I have not seen the match yet. I saw a little bit of the New Year's. I saw New Year's Smash. I watched it on Thursday, so that was a good show. But I did not watch Rampage from last week. Wes, man, dude, how are you, man? Let's go.
I'm doing well, man. It's great to be back talking AEW once again. New year 2022, TBS debut tonight. Can't wait to talk about it. I agree. It was a pretty good show tonight. Stuff that we're going to talk about that I didn't agree with personally, and I feel like AEW really missed the boat on in particular. But I'm glad to be back, man. And I deactivated my Twitter on New Year's Eve. I'm no longer on Twitter. I miss you guys. I miss you boys. Genuinely, interacting all on Twitter. But I just couldn't take it anymore, man. I had the final straw with it back on New Year's Eve. I was gonna talk about the New Year's Eve edition of Rampage Live. Then of course, the situation broke out. We're not going to talk about it, but a situation did break out, and that was the final straw for me. I deactivated, and now, honestly, ever since then, I've been way better off for it. I have way less toxicity in my life dealing with just my other social media apps, and so I'm just very happy about that. So I say the New Year's already kicking off strong for me, just being away from that cesspool of an app known as Twitter. I mean, honestly, folks, I don't recommend Twitter. I really don't. It's, of course, it's led me to meet great people like Joseph and Cameron here, so I'm very thankful for that. But you meet some of the lowest scum on that app, and it's just I feel like it's not really worth it, to be honest. And if I do come back one day, we'll see. I'm not really wanting to think about that too much right now. I just kind of want to enjoy wrestling for what it is, and not have to worry about stupid trolls trying to come at me about my opinion, or them blowing up whoever and stuff. So, but I'm just, of course, though, I wasn't going to leave the reviews here on Big Fight Field. Of course, I was going to be here for that. You don't got anything to worry about with that. I'm staying put right here on the Big Fight Field channel to talk about the greatest company in pro wrestling, and that is All Elite Wrestling. Talk about my boys, Joseph Conlon, Cameron Johnson. Let's get into a TBS debut, baby. Let's go.
Cam, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. When he left Twitter, I thought he was gonna can us. I really thought he was done.
You must not know me enough, man. You must not know me enough. Would I turn heel on you guys? Absolutely not, man. I'm not gonna swerve you. No swerves here, man. All love over here. And here in Wesley's town over here, in Wesley's crib over here, man. All love, no matter what, with you boys. So you don't gotta worry about me leaving or jumping ship to some other podcast anywhere else, man. Big Fight Field is where it's at every single week, baby.
Damn right it's where it's at. So we're back with the AEW reviews. We're glad to have you all here tonight. We got a lot to talk about with AEW. We got a big slate for AEW this week. We got Dynamite tonight. We got Rampage on Friday. And Saturday, there is Battle of the Belts. Not sure if we're going to be doing that one here on the channel yet. I'm covering my first basketball game on Saturday for my major. I'm very excited for that. It's a 4:00 game, but I'm not sure if we will be doing reviewing Battle of the Belts on Saturday. I will keep all of you updated on that. But it's good to be doing the AEW reviews back on the channel. And one more thing before we get into tonight's show. If you do want to go on Twitter, the sports community is much more chill. I'm just going to say that right now. The sports community, football, NBA, going to get into Orlando Magic, Twitter, much more chill over there. So that's all I got to say. I'll plug everything at the end. But we got to talk about the TBS debut for AEW tonight at the Prudential Center, Newark. I was about to say New York. Newark, New Jersey. I honestly thought it was a loaded card going in tonight. A lot of matches that you could really look forward to. You had 3 championship matches. And one of those matches that kicked off the show was Bryan Danielson and Adam Page for the AEW World Championship, their second match, with the first one being that 60-minute time limit draw. And then we had judges tonight in case it did go to another draw. We had Mark Henry, Dean Malenko, and Paul White. So those were the judges. Someone said on Twitter, there's an announcement before, it was like Jerry Lynn, Dean Malenko, and the other one was Hulk Hogan. I'm like, what? Hulk Hogan? Like, why would he? I don't know. Someone's making it up.
Dude is all elite, brother. Yes. Let me hear you. You got Hulkamaniacs in AEW. Oh, that's right. Yeah, there's none of those. I don't think we got any of those.
Hey man, bro. You know the great work he did for TNA back in the day, bro. You know that great work he did for TNA back in the day. Him and Bischoff coming in.
I mean, just absolute barn burner ratings coming through the roof for TNA back then, man. Eric Bischoff to be included in that as well, man. That was what an era. What an era that was, my goodness. And then the Dixie Carter era, oh my gosh, even better.
Let's not get into that one. Anyway, the point is the judges were Mark Henry, Jerry Lynn, and Paul White. The match with Hangman and Danielson was not 60 minutes. It was around 32 minutes, I believe. I did not stop watch, but I tried to keep it in my head. I thought it was like around 32 minutes. Match was excellent. I didn't think it was better than the first match, obviously because of the circumstances of the first match. But not taking anything away from this match. This match was excellent. Lots of blood. That's the definition of this match. You had Bryan working the arm of Hangman Page of the sports. That was the first half of the story of the match. Was Brian working the right arm of Hangman Page. So Hangman can't hit the buckshot, which I love that story. It's simple and effective. Then you got Hangman Page bleeding all over the place. Brian Danielson then gets busted open with a bunch of headbutts, and I believe he got thrown into the ring post, and he was gushing way more blood than Hangman Page was. You could see it all over his, not really his left side of his face, but his right side of the face. Brian was just bleeding all over the place. So really, this was a 30-minute bloodbath. And I really thought, guys, I really thought the match was over when Hangman was going for the buckshot lariat, and they got reversed into the running knee. I don't remember what Excalibur called it on somewhere. I don't even know, but he hit the running knee on Hangman Page. I legitimately thought that was it, but Hangman Page kicked out, and Hangman later on, around 5 minutes later, hits the buckshot lariat, which Bryan Danielson sold phenomenally. Hangman Page retains the World Championship in a 32-minute excellent match. I'm guessing that's the end of that feud. And those matches were awesome, man. This feud with Bryan Danielson for, I would say, 6 weeks, 7 weeks, really, I think, elevated Hangman Page for his World Championship reign, and was really a great kickstart to that reign. And it's just getting started, I think. I could see him keeping that championship until at least Double or Nothing. And I think the feud with Danielson helped him more than it helped Danielson. But I would like to. I'm not sure if it's going to happen now, but I would like to see Danielson stay as a heel after the feud. I don't know about you guys, but you guys can give your thoughts on the match, thoughts on the feud overall. We're going to start with Cam first, and then we're going to go to Wes. Let's go, Cam.
I thought this was a great match. I thought this is another great match between these two guys. I didn't think it was better than their I didn't think it was better than their Winter's Coming match, nor did I expect it to be better than their Winter's Coming match. I still thought this was an excellent match here. I love the blood in this match here. We got a lot of blood in this match. Bryan Danielson looked like a he looked like a murder victim at the end of the night. With all that blood. My God. Oh my God! I thought the blood coming out of Hangman's head, you could see the blood in his hair. I thought that was an absolute great visual. Lots of near falls in this match too. This is what I really enjoyed. They had some near falls in this match that had me like, oh shit! Oh shit! Danielson's the new champion. The Bo Mayeni, the Bo Mayeni, that was one that had me thinking, oh shit. Another one was when he got the Another one was when he got the label lock. Was when he got the label lock on Hangman Page. I legitimately thought Hangman was gonna tap. And another fall that got me was that Gotch pile driver. That Gotch pile driver is a great move. I thought that was it there too. But I thought this was an absolutely great match, and Hangman Page winning with the buckshot lariat here. A great match, great match, the right outcome overall. I don't think it's time for Hangman Page to lose the title. Bryan Danielson is a made man. Bryan Danielson is bulletproof. Yep. He's a made man. He can lose every match in AEW at this point, and it won't matter because the guy's a made man. This helped Hangman Page out a lot. The only thing about this match is, we got reports that Jon Moxley was gonna, we got reports, we had a report that Jon Moxley was gonna return on Dynamite this week, or he was gonna return to AEW, and obviously with him going to the GCW show at the Hammerstein, the show at the Hammerstein, I don't know which day it is, but I thought at the end of the match we were gonna see Jon Moxley come out and beat the piss out of Hangman Page, and that to set up the world title match at Revolution. But either way, but that did not happen. But I thought this was a great match between these two guys at the right outcome.
I heard it a little bit. I was just scrolling through Twitter, and I didn't comment on anything, but I did see it. I didn't really think it was going to happen. I don't know a situation Like, I guess that's a I guess that's a solid situation, but are you just gonna would they just thrust John Moxley into a world championship program? I don't know. But the most important thing is the program that he's in for the alcohol program. We just hope he's getting better with the program he's at. Wes, hit it, man.
Yeah, absolutely great match here with Hangman Danielson. The chemistry between these two guys is unbelievable. Lots of blood in this match too, a crazy amount of blood, but it really added to the overall story. And I agree with both you guys. Not as good as their first match at Winter is Coming. I think we kind of knew that going in. It wasn't going to match up to that match because there was a specific reason why they did do that 60-minute match at Winter is Coming. And here they went over half an hour. But still, man, these guys first go 60 minutes and they go over 30 minutes. It's like these guys, man, I mean, they really could fight forever if they wanted to. But I was happy with the match, and I was happy with the results too. I'm happy that it didn't have to go to the judge's decision. I'm happy that Hangman did retain the title clean here. But yeah, a couple close calls with Danielson that he could have won the title. But yeah, Bryan Danielson, man, I mean, what a worker he is. I mean, I constantly praise the guy. You know, he is my favorite and everything. But I mean, the guy really. I mean, if you're a true pro wrestling fan, you got to respect Bryan Danielson, man. I mean, this guy knows how he knows how to work pro wrestling, man. He knows it so well. He knows it from inside and out. You know, whether he's a babyface or a heel. And if he wanted to continue as a heel after this, I would not be mad about it because the guy is just killing it as a heel. And if he were to turn babyface all of a sudden, you know, people would adore it. They would eat it up. You know, that's how great Bryan Danielson is. And I really do feel like this was a perfect first opponent for Hangman Page to really establish his world title reign already. Because this feud alone, I feel like, has already made Page's reign look so awesome, and it's made his reign look very memorable just based off this feud alone. And whoever Hangman goes on to feud with next after this, whether that be a returning John Moxley or whether that be somebody else, this was just such a tremendous start to it, and this really gained a lot of momentum for Hangman Page, and it's really cementing it right now. And but yeah, great way to open Dynamite tonight. Not sure about the John Moxley stuff. I did see that report too, from bodyslam.net. Obviously, Moxley wasn't around for this episode of Dynamite, but at the end of the day, Joseph, like you said, you know, we just hope he's getting better. We just got to send our love and prayers to him continuously. And whenever he is ready to come back, we will welcome him back with open arms.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So, Hangman Page retains the World Championship in a 32-minute match with Bryan Danielson, and it was awesome. It was an awesome match. So we got MJF in action against the captain, Sean Dean. And, you know, this might be a debate, but I'm telling y'all right now, I love this. I love this more than I did the World Championship match with Bryan Danielson and Hangman Page. First of all, the fact that MJF lost was quite funny to me, honestly. Because who's gonna think that MJF is gonna take a loss to Sean Dean of all people?
Right.
So what happened was Sean Dean got a jobber entrance, right? And MJF's doing his entrance, flipping off the crowd, all that stuff. Immediately to begin the match, you hear people standing up. CM Punk, no theme music, runs down the aisle. MJF runs out of the ring, scared, and he's running out, and he's out of the ring, up the ramp, and the referee's not counting. I don't know why the referee wasn't counting at this point, but Sean Dean's just standing there, and he doesn't know what to do. So he's just standing there. He's confused. He's behind Punk, and he's going like this. Come on, man, come fight. So MJF's just standing up on the stage, and CM Punk turns around, and he kicks Sean Dean right in the stomach and gives him the GTS, and the bell rang, and Justin Roberts says the winner of this match by disqualification is Sean Dean, and I kind of laughed when I heard that, and to begin 2022, MJF is 0-1. Now, I don't think it's going to matter at the end, but the fact that he's 0-1 to start the year, I mean, who would have predicted that, you know? Who would have, you know? I get quick thoughts, I guess.
Yeah, no, honestly, man, I love this. I mean, the one time AEW uses the disqualification result, they do it in the most perfect way possible. I swear these guys are always like, just what I think, I kind of know, like, you know, what could very well happen here. AEW surprised me, and they surprised me in the best way possible, man. This is how you do a DQ finish in professional wrestling, man. We see WWE do this finish to death with every single feud they have in their company. And meanwhile, AEW, here they are. They never use the disqualification result, which I love. And you know, it's such an overplayed result anyway in pro wrestling. So I'm happy AEW doesn't do it, but they do it this time, and it is so great. I absolutely loved this. I loved every bit. MJF starts 2022 0-1 because of CM Punk, because he hit the GTS on Shawn Dean, and because of that, Shawn Dean has a win over MJF. It doesn't matter how he got it; he has a win over MJF. And I love that, like this little thing right here, man. Like, it wasn't even like maybe like that big in retrospect, but like this really adds so much. It really adds so much. That's why I always say, like, the little things matter, especially in professional wrestling, man. So I love the fact that they use the DQ finish in such a smart and logical way. You see, it's not that difficult to think logically in professional wrestling.
It was good comedy too, right?
What?
It was good comedy too, right?
Yes, and great comedy too, because we can all laugh at MJF's expense, and MJF's like, no, wait, hold on. He's just yelling back at the crowd. I mean, it all just comes together so perfectly. It's just as smooth as butter, man. It's so good.
Let's hear Cam's thoughts, and then we gotta get to the promo, the back and forth promo.
I thought this was very entertaining, to be honest with you. To be honest with you, when CM Punk came out, I thought Shawn Dean, I thought we were getting a roll up here. I thought we were getting a roll up here. I thought they were going to have Shawn Dean roll up MJF for like the quick 1, 2, 3 or whatever, for like the quick 1, 2, 3 or whatever. And that would have MJF, that would have MJF going insane. But Punk giving Shawn Dean the GTS, I thought this is funny. I thought this is very, very funny. I very much enjoyed this. And now MJF is 0-1, and to be honest with you, it really shouldn't count because it's a disqualification finish. Because it's a DQ finish. It ain't like he got tapped. It ain't like he was tapped. It ain't like he was submitted or pinned. No, you got DQ. So hopefully. See, if I'm MJF, that's how I'm pitching my case to Tony Khan. I'm like, Tony Khan, that one loss on my record should be expunged. Or that one loss on my record should not deteriorate me from getting a world championship match. And if Punk wants to continue to keep doing this, then just know that all my losses have been because of disqualification. But yeah, I thought this was great. The only thing was, I thought Shawn Dean was going to win with the roll up. I thought Shawn Dean was going to get a quick roll up on MJF, but that obviously didn't happen. But I thought this was great. I thought this was very entertaining.
Hey, at the end of the day, man, he lost, So, but the promo, my God, it was not better than the promo they had in November, not by any stretch. But God damn, it was awesome. So you got MJF on the microphone talking about how last week CM Punk said he's done with MJF. And he's going for the world title. And here he is the next week at the same place he started with MJF. And he talks about MJF just, MJF just talks about leaving. He can leave. He teases, he says main eventing WrestleMania. I don't know what else he said was. But he said the words, main eventing WrestleMania. And then a few moments later, CM Punk comes back with, if you think the grass is greener over there, go main event night 4 of a buy one, get one extravaganza and get released. That was legendary. Absolutely legendary.
On a day of more releases, too, of all things.
Oh, my
I mean,
God.
jeez.
Quick thought. Not going to get into it that much. But releasing William Regal.
That was stupid. I was like, you kidding me? I was like, all the people they got released because I was on the. I'm sorry to cut you off, Joseph, but I lost my shit when I read that Timothy Thatcher got released. I was like, oh hell no! You know how much I love Timothy Thatcher. Going back to the NXT reviews, Champion Thatcher, they're my boys right there. They should have been tag team champions. I was on the edge of my. I lost it when that happened. Then when Regal happened, I just had to step away from Twitter. I was like, nah, I can't believe it because they stupid. I was like, they stupid. Not one of them PC guys ain't gonna have nobody to train them who to wrestle. Who gonna train them PC guys how to wrestle? Bruce, Johnny, Nick Kai, who?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't want to get into it that much, though, but releasing William Regal is one of the greatest minds in wrestling. Yikes, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad, but back to the promo. CM Punk says that he's going to fight MJF. MJF's doing all this talk. He's just here to kick his ass. So then MJF's like, you want a match? You want a match with me, Punk? Well, next week on Dynamite, it's going to be CM Punk versus Wardlow. So we're bridging that out probably until Revolution, and then we get the big-time match with MJF and CM Punk. But this promo battle was awesome, and we're getting CM Punk versus Wardlow next week on Dynamite. We'll go to Cam, and then we will follow up with Wes.
I thought this was a tremendous segment. I enjoyed every minute of this. These promo battles between CM Punk and MJF have been a ton of fun to watch. Have been a ton of fun to watch. I really enjoyed this. I liked MJF. I liked MJF getting on the fact that CM Punk never did main event at WrestleMania. And for those of you that listen to And for those of you that listen to the podcast with Cole Cabana, that is one thing that CM Punk really, really wanted. That's one thing that's one thing he really, really wanted. That's one thing he really, really wanted. He really wanted a WrestleMania main event. And he really wanted a WrestleMania main event. So I love the fact that they played that into it. And I love the fact that they played MJF's contract into it too, where MJF said, if I don't get the respect I deserve from you people, I'm jumping ship. I'm going to go to WWE. So I absolutely love the fact that they're bringing that up, even though that has a 0% chance of happening, by the way. That's a 0% chance of happening, by the way. But I love the fact that I love the fact that they brought that up, absolutely. I love the Roddy Piper line. I do. And I love the releases line. I did. I love everything about this promo battle was just great. This is an excellent promo battle between the two. And as soon as MJF started going, you people want the match. He was like, you people want it. As soon as he said that, I just knew. I just knew we were getting Wardlow. I just knew it. I was like, well, we getting Punk and Wardlow. So, we getting Punk and Wardlow. I just knew that was going to happen, and it happened. So I thought this was a tremendous segment between these guys here. These promo battles, I can watch these promo battles all day. These promo battles have been absolutely entertaining, and when we get the match at Revolution, it's gonna be magic. I'm telling you.
Shit, I'm excited for the match next week. I think Wardlow and Punk are gonna kill it, honestly. So I'm quite interested in seeing that match. But we got to hear from Wes.
Man, Punk and MJF never fail on the microphone, man. That is one thing that is for sure, man. Excellent back and forth here. The Roddy Piper line, the WrestleMania lines. Talking about bringing up the releases and stuff, or getting released and everything. I mean, all of it just mixed so well together, man. I mean, these two guys create magic anytime they're in a segment together. And, man, when these two guys eventually lock up, which should be Revolution in March, I mean, it's going to be one of the most legendary lockups you'll see in modern wrestling history, really. I mean, this has just been excellent. I mean, ever since this whole thing started, from CM Punk not shaking MJF's hand and that initial first meeting of the eyes there, that right from the get-go, they have been booking this so well. AEW's just done an admirable job of booking these two guys, and the fact that they haven't even touched, man. See, normally, if we had watched this in WWE, these guys would have already probably had the match already. They would have just blown this match. We would have seen this match honestly, we would have seen this match 5 times in the span of 5 weeks. That's how done to death this feud would have been. But the thing is with AEW though, they keep things special. They kept everything special with Hangman and Omega when they had their meetup for the world title, and they're keeping everything special here with Punk and MJF. These guys aren't even touching each other. Punk wants MJF so badly, but MJF keeps dodging him. He keeps hiding behind his cronies and Wardlow, Sean Spears, FTR. He keeps hiding behind them so CM Punk could fight them. And now we're seeing next week we got Punk and Wardlow, which should be a great match there. And I just love it, man. It's simple storytelling, man, and it goes a long way in professional wrestling. It's not that hard to think logically. Again, it's not that hard to think logically when it comes to professional wrestling.
Yeah. Do you guys think they're going to have Punk run through the entire Pinnacle? I just had that feeling that it's going to happen before the pay-per-view. Like, he's going to want to fight MJF every single week, and MJF's just going to give him members of the Pinnacle. I think that's the way they're going. If I'm guessing, that's probably the way.
It would make sense. I could see that happening. It would make sense. I could see that happening. I could also see the 5 labors. Like how we had the 5 labors of Jericho last year in the summer. I could see maybe like the 5 labors of Punk, or like the labors of Punk. Well, like CM Punk wants this match with MJF, and the only way MJF gives him the matches, you got to run through. You got to do your labors, man. I'm going to give you the Jericho treatment. You got to run through your labors. You want the match with me? You got to beat this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. And you got to do it this way. And only then will I get the match with you. And I can see CM Punk going, dude, I don't care. And I can see Punk going, dude, I don't care who the fuck I got to go through. I'm getting my hands on you one way or another. So if I got to go through the entire roster and the entire world, so be it. I can see that happening. So, yeah, I can see that happening.
I think it's probably just the simplest route for them to take. It's probably the route I'm guessing they're going to take as well. So we'll have to see what happens. But it's probably by far the best feud in AEW right now. And they've been feuding for almost 2 months. And they haven't even touched. Amazing stuff. Absolutely amazing stuff. So we're going to get into the next segment. We had Chris Jericho come out and greet the Newark crowd. Basically, he got distracted by 2.0, and he called him, Chris Jericho called him, what was Squarehead and Pinhead or whatever. I gotta be honest with you, man. Wes, I don't want to. I'm sorry. This might hurt your feelings, man, but I'm starting to get bored of these guys. I really am. I'm really starting to get bored of 2.0. Not Daniel Garcia because he's awesome, but 2.0 are boring me just a little bit. They're really just interims in this feud because we know this feud is with Chris Jericho and Eddie Kingston. That's what the feud is. That's what the match is going to be. I think it's going to be them fighting over Santana and Ortiz. I think that's the feud. But basically, this segment set up a 6-man tag with 2.0 and Daniel Garcia against Kingston, Santana, and Ortiz in a no-holds-barred match on Rampage. So the segment was all right. It wasn't bad, but nothing really to care about because I just think we're getting the main thing that we're getting out of this is a feud with Chris Jericho and Eddie Kingston, and that gets me excited. So I want to see what happens, but I'm starting to lose interest in 2.0, man. They're not as exciting as they were before when they first started AEW. No, man. So I know you're upset, so just take it away.
Yeah, man, you're breaking my heart over here, Joseph. You're really breaking my heart tonight, man. Man, 2.0. I mean, come on, it's 2.0, man. It's Jeff Parker, Matt Lee. Come on. But no, realistically though, I know what you mean. Yeah, they're just used for the interim right now to ultimately get to that Jericho Kingston feud, which should be great. Promos alone with Jericho and Kingston should be great. I mean, we know how great these guys are on the microphone. I mean, seeing them two lock up promo wise, I think would be an instant classic right there. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. I like the fact that Proud and Powerful are in the mix here. They're Eddie Kingston has his argument like, no, I've known these guys way longer than you have, and Jericho's like, but they're my boys in the inner circle. So they have legit reasons, why they're going at each other over Ortiz and Santana. And it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out in the end. Honestly, I mean, it might be a little too early to call, but I really could realistically see Santana Ortiz pairing back up with Eddie Kingston and leaving the inner circle. Because honestly, I love the inner circle, but they are they're just kind of overdue at this point for like a split. I mean, I feel like these guys really don't have any seam to their group anymore. Like compared to when AEW first started. Of course, when AEW first started, they made huge waves, and they were the probably most talked about faction in wrestling. But now it's like, these guys are kind of meant to break up at a certain point. And I feel like Sammy needs to do his own thing. Hager will just do Jake Hager stuff, whatever. He'll just probably do Bellator mainly, but and he'll be around.
He's not even on TV. He's
Yeah,
not even on TV anymore.
Right. Yeah, I think he's
Good.
too busy doing Bellator stuff. So
Good.
Good. Yeah, good. Oh, Cam, why you gotta hate on Jake Hager, man? Come on,
I'm
he's
sorry.
the GOAT, bro. That's the GOAT, man. What are you doing? But no, but yeah, I see, I kind of see where this could play out, though. But again, it might be too early to call. But yeah, Daniel Garcia 2.0 kind of uses as the interim right now. That the 6-man on Friday, no rules, no DQ, should be a great match. Should be better than their regular 6-man that they had a while back. But I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, Jericho and Kingston lock it up, man. I think that's going to be a recipe for success.
Mr. Johnson.
I thought this segment, to be honest with you, I didn't think this segment was really needed on the show. I was not really a big fan of this segment. I didn't think it needed to be on the show. Although I love the Terrence and Phillip reference. Chris Jericho made to 2.0. I'm a huge South Park fan. I'm a huge South Park fan. So any South Park lingo gets a pop out of me. I love the Terrence and Phillip reference. Although I am disappointed in Chris Jericho that we got there, that he called them Dirty Dan, but we didn't get no Pinhead Larry. I was so hoping he would call a 2.0 Dirty Dan and Dirty Dan and Pinhead Larry. I would have popped huge for that. But that did not happen, unfortunately. But that did not happen, unfortunately. In terms of a Chris Jericho Eddie Kingston match, I'm like the promo battle, like the promos between the two teams should be very good. So that the promos between the two guys should be excellent. So I'm looking forward to that. But in terms of this whole inner circle crap, I'm so over the inner circle, to be completely honest with you. I need the inner circle. I'm so over the inner circle. I need them to disband, let them do their thing. And hell, the inner circle disband, put Kingston and Santana Ortiz back together. LAX, put them back together. Let them go out for a little bit. I'd love to see that. But I just thought the segment was unnecessary.
Yeah, I think the inner circle have reached their days. Poor Jake Hager's not even on TV anymore. Sammy Guevara is doing his own thing with Cody Rhodes in the TNT Championship right now. And you got Santana and Ortiz in this feud with Chris Jericho and Eddie Kingston, which that's basically what the feud's about, is who should get Santana and Ortiz and whose side are they on. So I feel like the inner circle is going to dispatch really soon. And their time was well due, in my opinion. Probably after the feud with the Pinnacle. Their time was well due after that feud. And they've been doing their own stuff basically after that. I know they had their thing with American Top Team and whatnot, but It's past time for them, I think, and I think it's time to move on. So I could very well see Santana and Ortiz going over with Eddie Kingston as well. So we had your weekly Warlow squash match with power bombs. I forgot who we fought this week. I didn't get the dude's name, but Wardlow power bombed the poor guy and won in like a minute. That's all. That's all. Any thoughts?
They're continuing just to build Wardlow up for the eventual babyface turn. He's playing to the crowd more, so it's becoming more and more evident that he's getting really really close to a babyface turn. When it comes, I don't know, but it's definitely coming up soon.
Cam.
Wardlow is going to be. You can see that Wardlow is going to beat the piss out of everybody out of everybody in the Pinnacle, and it will be a great day. It will be a great day when that happens. When Wardlow beats the piss out of everybody in the Pinnacle, it will be a great day.
Yeah, I don't think the Pinnacle, but I think MJF he'll beat the piss out of. So we had the good, we had the okay. Now we got to get into the bad. The TBS Championship Finals, the finals of this tournament. Jade Cargill versus Ruby Soho. I really thought this match was a disappointment, and I really did not like the result as well. I'm not mad about the result. You know, I'm not mad about it. I just think it was the wrong winner. But oh man, the more I saw this match, I'm like, this would have been so much better if it was Ruby Soho and Thunder Rosa. But you had the Mercedes Martinez debut, which I guess was cool. But Thunder Rosa Ruby Soho finals. We all predicted Jade and Ruby in the finals, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, Ruby and Thunder Rosa would have been a much better match for the finals of your first ever TBS Championship. And you know when I knew the result before the match. I think realistically, again, I want to talk. I'm not going to talk much about it, but I think what happened this weekend had a hand in it. I'm not going to say it was a big result, but it had a hand in it. Also, seeing Jade and her family um, at ringside. Once I saw her family at ringside, I'm like, she's not losing this match. No way, she's losing against Ruby Soho. Um, so the match was disappointing. I'm just gonna put it at that. You had the brawl with Mercedes Martinez and Thunder Rosa. I don't know if Mercedes Martinez is a bodyguard for Jade or she's feuding with Thunder Rosa. I don't know. I'm kind of confused with that, to be perfectly honest with you. But um, match was disappointing. Ruby hit her finisher, and Jade kicked out. And the finish. I think in the finish, you could tell they didn't practice it that much because thank God Ruby Soho is a really good wrestler and she knows how to sell because she put her face on the mat, made it look like she landed on her face, but that was very close to be a massive botch, and having Ruby Soho land on her feet, and Jade Cargill won, and she's just not ready for that spot. Again, like I'm not mad, but she's not ready to be the champion yet. I hope she proves everybody wrong, but I don't think she's ready, man. I don't think she's ready, but. Jade Cargill's the first TBS champion, and I hope she has a good reign. But I wasn't impressed by the match at all. I was not impressed. So we're gonna let Cam give his take first.
I did not think. I thought I thought the outcome of this match was a mistake. I was not a fan of the outcome of this match. To be honest with you, this match kind of bored me, to be honest with you. I was struggling to stay awake. I was struggling to stay awake during this match here, to be completely honest with you. I just wasn't feeling this match here, and I thought the outcome was a mistake. I don't think Jade Cargill is ready for that spot, and maybe what happened this weekend played a role, and maybe what happened this weekend with Tony Khan and the whole Big Swole situation on Twitter, maybe that played a role in it. I don't know, but I just don't think Jade Cargill was ready for a spot like this, to be quite honest with you. And to be quite honest with you, I understand that they got the rocket pushed to this woman, and they should have the rocket ship pushed to this woman. This woman looks like a star. And best believe me, and believe me, a couple years from now, hell, maybe a couple years from now, she will be the biggest star in that entire women's division. I have no doubts. I have no doubts about that in my mind. But I just don't think she was ready for this spot, man. I think putting that belt on Ruby Soho and allowing Jade Cargill to improve, allowing her to have more matches and winning the title later on, I think that was the right way to. I think that was the better way to. I think that was the better way to go. Not a fan of Jade Cargill winning the championship here. Just not. And I'm not saying I hate Jade Cargill, because I don't, but I just don't think she's ready for a spot like this.
Did you think the match was disappointing?
I did think the match was disappointing. I was struggling to stay awake during this match. That tells you what I thought of the match.
Wes?
Yeah, I agree with both you guys. The match is disappointing. Match wasn't good at all. The result was not good either. Jade Cargill is not ready. She's not ready. That's something I feel like people need to accept. You look at her in the ring. She has tons of potential, and I'm not discrediting her. She has the look of a star, and she is going to be like a bigger star one day. She will be. But tonight wasn't the night to pull the trigger. They pulled the trigger way too early. It should have been Ruby's night, man. Ruby Soho is much more experienced in the ring, and she was ready too. I mean, Ruby Soho should have a title. She deserves it, especially after all the years that she was in WWE. Man, she deserved a title there too. She deserved a run with the women's title there. And she comes to AEW, and I'm not saying Ruby's never going to be a champion or anything, but it's just this was her night. This was Ruby Soho's night. And honestly, yeah, looking back at it too, and I mean, I agreed even before this match happened. I wanted Thunder Rosa and Ruby Soho ultimately to be the finals of the tournament, but I knew where they were going with this, so I was just accepting, like, okay, Jade and Ruby, that's fine. I mean, I expected it. But I just really wish that the finish to this match didn't happen, and I wish this match would have been better, because the fact that this was closing the cap on the TBS title tournament is very disappointing. Because you don't want the finals of your tournament to end like that. I will say the Newark crowd, I feel like a lot of times tonight they were pretty quiet. They were definitely quiet for this. They really didn't care about this at all, and I don't blame them for. In this instance, I don't blame them at all. I didn't like to. I mean, it's great that Jade's family's there and everything. I'm not mad about that. It's just, something that does happen a lot in pro wrestling, not just in this instance. Something I wish that wouldn't be spotlighted so much is the fact that, like, hey, this person's family's here. Hey, this specific person and this person and this competitor's life is here. That automatically pretty much gives away the result pretty much every time whenever stuff like that does occur within matches. Now, when it came to the main event, we saw like family members of Jungle Boy in the crowd, but that was like after the fact. I don't remember seeing them like before the match even happened. So I was like, that was after, like, that's fine. Like, I don't mind that. It's just when you show somebody's like family member or whatever, their close companion in some way, like before the match even starts, that pretty much gives you the result of the match. And it's like, I don't like that, because it's like, I don't want to know the result of the match before the match happens. Like, I want to be able to guess, like, okay, it could be this way, it could go to this person, it could go to this person. I don't want to just be given the result that he told me, hey, Jade's winning. I'm like, okay, well, not what I want, but whatever. But so yeah, I wish that was something that in all pro wrestling that wouldn't happen so much, that they would just kind of axe that, because it's like, you don't need to have that spotlighted, in pro wrestling matches, but it is what it is. Jade is the first ever TBS champion. We'll see how this goes. And I don't know the whole Mercedes Martinez situation really yet. She could be her bodyguard. She could just be after Thunder Rosa. I'd probably prefer her to just go after Thunder Rosa and they just feud because,
Yeah.
Mercedes Martinez really doesn't fit with Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill doesn't need a bodyguard type figure because she's already, look at her. She's already a freaking beast. You look at a woman like Jade Cargill, she doesn't need a bodyguard. Okay. I think she's good. I think smart Mark Sterling is just the one and only person that she's good at and having beside her. So Mercedes Martinez, I'm kind of hoping is just like her own person as well. And she just feuds with whoever she wants. She was just there to probably just go after Thunder Rosa. And we'll probably learn about that reason soon. But yeah, match was disappointing. The result was disappointing as well. Again, we'll see how this reign goes for Jade Cargill. Maybe things will get better, but she was not ready at all. She's still very green in the ring. And I feel like ultimately this is a mistake by AEW on their end. So,
yeah, it's not hard to say that a person is not ready. It's like an example. It's like a quarterback in the NFL. Like they can be an elite quarterback. Like I'll give a short example. The Dolphins quarterback right now, Tua. He's got potential. We see it. He could be a really good quarterback, an elite quarterback in the NFL, but he's not there yet. He's just not good enough. And he's good with the RPO, but he's not good with a pro style, a regular offense. And that's really it's what Jade is. Like she's got the body, and she's got the presence, and she's got the confidence, but her ring skills is just not clicking with me at all. And
Of course. Of course, 100%. I'll give you another example. Look at Giannis. When Giannis got drafted to the Bucks, you could tell, right? Like you could tell from like his first season, you're like, this guy could be, like this guy has something. He could be something. But it's not like he stepped on the court from the first day. He's like the Giannis we saw today. No, it's like the Giannis we saw today. No, it's like the Giannis we saw today. No, they had to develop Giannis. They had to start him off. No, they had to develop him. They had to start him off slowly. And then that progression and the development of him paid off to you see where he is now. I think that's the same thing.
that's a great example as well. So, at the end of the day, we just hope Jade gets better. She's the first ever TBS champion, so congrats to her. I hope she has a good reign, and she delivers some good matches. What the future holds for for her championship reign, and time will tell. Time will tell what will happen with the reign of Jade Cargill. But we got to move on. We got Malachi Black, one-on-one with Brian Pillman Jr. No Griff Garrison. Julia Hart was there, though, wearing an eye patch over her eye. So, and the match was fine. The match was like 8 minutes. I did expect a debut. I did expect Brody King to come out in this segment, or at least Julia Hart to turn on Brian Pillman. We got none of that. After the match, we got the Lucha Bros coming out, and the lights went out, and Malachi was on the stage, and the Lucha Bros were in the ring. So we really got nothing. I don't know what we're going to get out of this feud out of this Malachi Black stuff, but the match with Pillman was fine. The match was fine. Malachi wins with a clean black mass for the win. We'll go to Wes, and then we'll go to Kim.
Yeah, match was decent. I was kind of hoping it'd be a bit of a better match because, you got two guys with Malachi Black, Brian Pillman. Both guys can really go in the ring. So I was hoping we'd get a bit of a more intense match, but it is what it is. It was fine for what it was. Malachi obviously goes over here. No Brody King sighting tonight. I'm not sure when we will see Brody King, but I know he's definitely being teased a lot. And, I hear reports that he is signed with AEW. So I think it's just time will tell. It's any given moment he could appear. Yeah, I guess maybe they're now possibly moving past the Varsity Blondes now with Malachi Black and possibly teasing something with the Lucha Brothers. That is if hopefully Phoenix is okay, because we'll get into that a little bit later. But there was a really scary spot with them that I haven't watched much replay of, but I'll have to probably look back and see if I can find it. But yeah, we'll see what's going on with Malachi Black. But I am intrigued. For the most part, I am intrigued, because whatever Malachi Black's doing, I feel like you already hooked me right off the bat, because the guy is such a great character, and he's such a great wrestler too, above all that. So
Absolutely. Do you think Jade Cargill do you think she's still going to join the House of Black, or do you think it's too late?
Julia Hart.
My bad.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Jade Cargill in the House of Black. That's something.
My bad. Julia Hart.
She's black, so she's black, so it makes sense. I'm sorry.
There you go. Literally.
My bad. Julia Hart. God.
Yeah, Julia Hart. I don't know. It seems like right now they might be putting the brakes on that, because she was out there tonight with the eye patch, like with Pillman. But I'm not completely ruling it out. It could still happen, but it seems like they might have taken a little bit of a seat back from that. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. So we got a couple matches to announce. We got 4 matches on Friday. We got Adam Cole against the debuting and newly signed in All Elite Wrestling, Jake Atlas. That is happening Friday night on Rampage. We got Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter against Ruby Soho and Riho. So Ruby Soho is pulling double duty because Rampage is taped. So she should get a raise on tonight. She should get a raise. We got. What else do we got on this show? We got the no DQ, no holds barred with Kingston, and then Proud and Powerful against 2.0 and Garcia, and then we got Aaron Solo versus Hook. That is all happening on Friday night. I did not watch the Christmas edition of Rampage, but I did see the no soul of the package pile driver by Hook on Bear Bronson. That was awesome. That was absolutely awesome. And then Battle of the Belts on Saturday. Again, not sure if we're going to be reviewing it here on the channel. I'll let you all know. I heard it's only a 1-hour show. I wish it was a 2-hour show, but if they can only get 1 hour, then it is what it is. Riho and Britt Baker for the Women's Championship, and Sammy Guevara and Cody Rhodes for the TNT Championship Saturday night. And then next week at Dynamite in Raleigh, North Carolina, we got Wardlow against CM Punk, Serena Deeb against Hikaru Shida. 4?
I think so, yeah.
4th match? Yeah. Damn. They could do a best of 7, I guess. I'm not going to complain. And then we got Powerhouse Hobbs against Dante Martin. So that is all happening next week in Raleigh, North Carolina. And our friend Cameron Johnson will be there for us.
So also, yes, sir. Also, just to update, according to Brian Alvarez, Jake Atlas got injured in this match with Adam Cole.
I saw that.
Wow.
I just saw that.
Wow.
He hurt his knee. Sorry for the spoiler, but he hurt his knee.
Gosh, man, that sucks. Like, I've never been like really a Jake Atlas fan, but I mean, I don't want to see anybody get hurt, obviously. So that really, the dude just got signed too, and he gets hurt. That really is, that's some bad luck there, man. That sucks.
Yeah, that does suck. But we got to get into the main event. AEW World Tag Team Championships. We had Jurassic Express, Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus against the Lucha Brothers, Penta and Rey Fenix. First off, this was a great AEW World Tag Team Championship. These two teams, phenomenal chemistry. Rey Fenix and Jungle Boy, phenomenal chemistry. The only thing that despite all the great action in the match, I feel so bad because the only thing that people are going to be talking about is the spot that Rey Fenix got injured on. So we're just going to get to that spot. Penta and Phoenix hit the package pile driver on onto Jungle Boy, and Jungle Boy kicked out. So Alex Abrahantes is going crazy. He is setting up a table on the outside, and he gets chased off by Christian Cage. So they're trying to knock down Luchasaurus, and Rey Fenix jumps over the top rope. Luchasaurus catches him, and he gets chokeslammed through the table. I don't know if Luchasaurus was supposed to jump with him, but, and here comes the bad part. So they go through the table. Rey Fenix goes through the table, and you can see his arm flopped back like this. You could see he's holding this half, and he's pointing to his arm. Basically, his arm was in two separate places. He had this arm right here, and then he had this arm right here, and it was probably split. And it was confirmed by Brian Alvarez that he has a broken arm and he's going to the hospital. Absolutely sickening. Absolutely sickening was that spot. I pray to God that Rey Fenix is okay. He's probably going to be out of action for numerous amount of months. I don't know how long he's going to be out for, but man, that was horrific. And they rushed to the finish. I felt like Penta was going for a package pile driver, and they immediately went to a roll-up finish. Jungle Boy rolled up Penta, and Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus are the AEW Tag Team Champions. I'm happy for them. Their time has come. I didn't think they were going to win this match, to be perfectly honest with you. I thought the Lucha Bros were going to retain. But, hey, I'm not complaining. With Jurassic Express winning the tag team titles, you got all the heel tag teams on the apron, standing on the apron looking at Jurassic Express. You had Jungle Boy's mom and sister in the crowd crying. Jungle Boy looking up at his dad, who's saying something to his dad. Luke Perry in the air, but you could just tell he was upset. I mean, yeah, it was a great moment for him. It was a great moment for Luchasaurus, but you could tell he was upset because of what happened to Rey Fenix, man. I was very upset. That's all, and I feel bad for them because the spotlight should be on Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy winning the tag team championships. But everybody's only going to be talking about the Rey Fenix injury, and I just feel so bad, man. I really do. But we're going to get your guys' thoughts on the match. Let's start with Wes, and then we're going to close out the show with Cam.
Yeah, this was an awesome AEW tag title match. It really, really sucks about Rey Fenix, man. I guess I'll have to go back and look at the replay because I didn't catch it when I saw the replay. I didn't catch it. But I feel so bad for Rey, man. I mean, it's unfortunate, man, because it seems like Phoenix can't stay away from getting seriously hurt because he's been hurt numerous times before this too. But this is probably the worst injury he's taken up to this point. And I just makes me feel so bad for him. And the guy is one of the most talented wrestlers in the entire world, and it seems like Phoenix is mostly on the shelf a lot of the time, and it sucks, and I feel bad for him, man. I mean, this guy, is such a huge young star in pro wrestling, and something like this happens, and it really sucks. But I hope and pray that he'll be okay, and hopefully the recovery time won't be too long, and we can see him back in AEW, in the near future. And then the result itself really shocked me. Did not expect Jurassic Express whatsoever to win those tag titles. I thought Lucha Bros were going to retain, but Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus are officially your new AEW Tag Team Champions, and I'm very happy for them. I can't be mad about this result at all because these are two guys. I mean, ever since the AEW first started, I was in the mindset of, man, you got to put these tag titles on Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, man. And what's crazy is, they weren't originally supposed to be a tag team when AEW first started. They were supposed to just be singles guys. They were supposed to be separate, but people saw, how well their gimmicks meshed, because they kind of have similar gimmicks, and they also work super well together as a tag team. So people were, immediately gravitated towards it. And, I would have loved it if they were the first ever tag team champions, but that obviously, didn't happen. It was SCU. But the fact that they got this moment tonight was awesome. It sucks that, it probably will get overshadowed by Rey Fenix and the unfortunate injury there. But Jurassic Express, I'm very happy for those two guys. Jungle Boy especially. I mean, not taking anything away from Luchasaurus, but Jungle Boy especially, man, with him being one of the 4 pillars of AEW. I mean, this was it almost feels like it's overdue for Jungle Boy to win a title, but at the same time, it's like this was such a great moment for him. And, it's like they didn't wait too long, to finally pull the trigger on Jungle Boy. And it was only a matter of time before they put a championship on him. And we'll see how this reign goes. I did love all the other tag teams coming out at the end, getting their eyes immediately on Jurassic Express and the titles. And you had Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish out there too. So it's like, man, we got so many matchups right here just waiting to happen for Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. Goes to show you once again how stacked the AEW tag team division is. But yeah, awesome match, some great moments. The one horrible thing is with Rey Fenix, and again, thoughts and prayers out to him. And I thought this was a pretty crazy way to end the show and start off the TBS era. So
Yeah. By the way, before we get to Cam, I saw all of those tag teams up there. Look, you saw FTR, 2.0, Private Party, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. And then on the right corner, you see the Gun Club, and like, what are they doing up there?
Austin Gunn was like popping for Jurassic Express theme music. He was dancing along to the Tarzan boy or whatever the song's called. I can't remember the name of the song, but like he was maybe like putting Jungle Boy's song over. So that was pretty great.
Go ahead, Cam.
I thought this was a very good tag team match as well between these guys. Rey Fenix, man, it absolutely sucks. It sucks when anybody goes down with an injury, but that injury looked absolutely nasty. I saw online that the typical recovery time is about 6 to 8 weeks. So he shouldn't be out. So he shouldn't be out all that long, which is a good. So he shouldn't be out an awfully long time, which is a good thing. But also, part of me wonders now that if if the Jurassic Express won the tag team titles, if this was the planned finish, or if they had to, or if this was an audible. If they had to call an audible, because obviously the Lucha Bros won't be able to defend the tag team titles anymore with Rey Fenix going down injuries. So part of me does kind of wonder if this is an audible or if this was the original plan, or this is the original plan. But either way, I thought this was a great match between these two guys. I'm very happy for Jurassic Express. Jungle Boy is one of my favorites in all of AEW, so I'm extremely happy for him. And when the tag teams started lining up, I thought we were going to get Briscoes coming out. Like, I thought all the tag teams were going to be lined up. I thought all the tag teams were going to be lined up, and then like the Briscoes music would hit or whatever, and the Briscoes would a show, would arrive in AEW or something like that. So I'm very shocked we didn't get either them or Brody King in the main event. I'm also shocked that we didn't get a Christian Cage heel turn in the main event. I thought for sure Christian was beating the piss out of. I thought for sure Christian was beating the piss out of Jungle Boy, but that did not happen. But that obviously didn't happen. But shout out. I hope Rey Fenix is okay, and I'm extremely happy for Jurassic Express.
Yeah, but it wasn't gonna happen unless they lost the match. So I guess we will be waiting on that Christian Cage heel turn. But ladies and gentlemen, that is going to wrap up the review here tonight. And thank you all for tuning into the AEW Dynamite review. The first one of 2022, the first AEW Dynamite review of 2022. There will be more to come. Trust me. We will be back Friday for Rampage, and then Saturday I will keep you up to date. I should know by Friday if we're going to be reviewing Battle of the Belts or not. But be sure to subscribe. We got some great content coming up on the channel in 2022. Tomorrow, unfortunately, the Miami Dolphins season is ending on Sunday. They're eliminated from the playoffs. They got a game on Sunday. Doesn't really mean that much. But tomorrow, we will be doing the top 5 favorite games from the Miami Dolphins 2021 season. That'll be tomorrow on the channel. And then Friday, we will do the Rampage review back here with Wesley Williams and Cameron Johnson back here on the channel Friday night. Be sure to comment down below what you thought tonight's episode of AEW Dynamite. Hit the like button if you like what you heard from myself, Cameron Johnson, and Wesley Williams. If you want sports talk, Miami Dolphins, Orlando Magic, NFL, you can follow me on Twitter. If you want wrestling talk, you might not want to follow me on Twitter now, but regardless, follow me on Twitter at Colin_Joseph. You can follow me on Instagram as well. I might do wrestling talk over there as well. You can follow me on Instagram at Colin_Joseph. Gonna try to start up some TikTok in 2022 as well. So, yeah, it's all the socials I got. Cam, you can plug your socials, and then we'll close it out with Wes.
Follow me on Twitter at Cam71101. Also, follow me on Twitter at Cam71101. Also, make sure you subscribe to the CNE podcast. Also, make sure you subscribe to the CNE podcast. I just released my 2020. We just released our 2022 predictions episode, and in our 2022 predictions episode, our 2021 wrestling awards, and also Wrestle Kingdom review should be going up this week. It should be going up this week as well. So that interests you, make sure you subscribe to the CNE podcast, available on all platforms. Also, if you are going to the DPW show this Saturday. Now, this Saturday, please let me know. I will be live in attendance for that show. So if you're going to be there, let me know. We can link up or something. But yeah, that does it for me.
Wes, my friend.
All right, well, unfortunately, I'm no longer on Twitter, so you can't follow me over there.
Unfortunately.
I deactivated back on New Year's Eve, but
Wouldn't you be happy to be off Twitter, though?
I am happy. Ultimately, I am happy to be off, man. I mean, my mental health has really gotten better ever since getting off of there, man. But I'm happy to still be here to talk wrestling with you guys. That's the big thing there. But you can still follow me if you want to. Follow me over on Instagram. My username is TheRealWesleySnipes. So go follow me over there on Instagram. I will maybe try to include some wrestling stuff over there. But it's mainly my personal account. It is a private account, so I would have to approve you. Got to make sure there's no mindless trolls coming after me on Instagram to get enough spam accounts trying to follow me. So you gotta make sure you're valid to follow me. But if you want to follow me over on Instagram at @TheRealWesleySnipes. Also follow me over on Twitch, twitch.tv/WesleyWilliams5. I will at some point try to get back into streaming. Just been really busy. It's peak season over where I work at FedEx, so it's really busy times right now. But still, go follow me on twitch.tv/WesleyWilliams5. And I think that's all I got for socials. But thank you guys so much for tuning into our very first AEW review of 2022, and more exciting content to come this year. And I hope all of you out there have a wonderful 2022, and I hope you stay safe. And I hope you guys just have a ball with it, and just go crazy and have fun, and just make the best out of life that you can. And we will be right here every single week talking AEW content, whether that be Dynamite, Rampage, whatever the case may be. We are here to talk about the best pro wrestling company in the world. And this was, I would say, this was a quite a great start to the TBS era of Dynamite reviews, and also the 2022 year of AEW Dynamite reviews. So and AEW reviews as a whole. So I hope you guys tune in for more as the year progresses, and we will see you this Friday.
I hope you guys have an awesome 2022. Just know that somebody will always support you with the goals you want to accomplish in the new year. And we will be back Friday for the Rampage review here on the channel. I will be back tomorrow again. I will be back tomorrow for top 5 favorite Miami Dolphin football games in 2021. But besides that, guys, have a good night. Stay safe. And as always, stay classy. We out of here. Peace.